Edward's hunger for power escalates, Lilith gets real gangsta, and Alyssa makes the ultimate sacrifice. Come on, let's talk about it on these final episodes of The Order.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What up?
Hey,
y'all?
what's
up? We are here for the final episode.
We got the full team back in effect today.
Yes, we
do.
Everybody back. We had a couple weeks ago, if you guys
Ladies'
remember,
night.
we had boys' night. Last week was ladies' night.
Yes, it
and
was.
Now we are here for the conclusion to just wrap it all up for you guys.
Yes, and I must just say, guys, it is wonderful to have each and every one of you here. It's nothing like it when we're all here. Am I
You're right
wrong?
about it. Preach.
Got a tear coming out the side.
I'm telling you.
Well, thanks guys for tuning in again, whether it's by internet or iTunes podcast. Thanks you guys for coming in. We're talking The Order, episodes 9 and 10, finals. Part 1
and 2.
I mean, at least they were consistent. I'll say they were consistent the whole time. So really it was
At
only...
least is what you mean.
Oh, no! We're already like 20 seconds in, and Josh like, I'm going in.
We all brought our shade umbrellas.
Yes, we did.
Pop it.
Sparing no time at it. But before we get, like I said, since we have the 2 episodes, so we'll talk about episode 9, 10. We got our special segment, Out of Order. I know Josh and we didn't get a chance to get to our Out of Order when we had the boys, so I got like double Out of Orders for the people.
Okay.
Yes.
And I know everybody else already has their Out of Order, so it's going to be an Out of Order kind of night.
It's
just
we
going
already
on
out of order. It's all.
So before we all get out of order, let's just get overall thoughts on both episodes.
You gonna start with me?
I'm gonna start with you. She's like, "How long you got?"
Sean, I'll just go ahead and pass.
Oh, torture! No comment from Jackie.
Well, listen, you guys, this is not Women's Month anymore, but Jackie is letting us remember that it's not because she just threw me under the bus. It's cool. No, I'm just kidding. I totally enjoyed.
She said totally.
I totally enjoyed
Took a pause.
the ending. No, not the ending, but the fact that it's over because I'm tired of this show.
You cannot
But
say
what
that.
I will say is, it's because I'm tired of them. They out of order. They're doing a lot of out of order things. I feel like on these last 2 episodes, did you guys see the ending? That was completely out of order. But overall, I think that they were good. Next.
Well, for me, I'm just gonna put a little salt up in the wound that Shauna has opened right on up.
Put it in. Put it
Sorry,
deep.
guys. I have to be
leave it
honest
to
with our
Shauna,
5th
leave it to
panelist.
Shauna.
Yeah, episodes 9 and 10, the finals, the Edward Coventry and all that. I'm just not with it. I just don't feel like the ending was suitable with what happened in the show. I'm just not with it.
I'm gonna give a final thought that's not my own.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the one person that's with us in the chat. Hey, Billie Jean Girl 24, how you doing?
Hey, Billie Jean.
She
Billie
said
Jean.
it was messed up that Alyssa made Jack forget, but I don't think she meant to give him total amnesia, or did she?
Interesting. Well, we'll definitely get to that because, like you said, that ending was just
Wah, wah.
What were your overall thoughts, Tania? Did you
Man,
love
you know what?
9 and
It was there was actually like some parts when they were getting into all the they were doing all the incantation stuff. I was like, oh, okay, but yeah, that last like about 20 minutes of episode 10, I was like,
Dry.
what is going on? Like,
A whole bunch of gravy or
and then just
something.
even in between both those episodes, there was just scenes where, like you said, I was just like, come on, man, like really, this is how we gonna go out, or So
They played us towards the end, you guys. I mean, we were sticking with it this whole time, but then they played us towards the end.
So, well, let's just jump into it, starting it with episode 9. And this just caught me right off the bat. Okay, so we start with our boy Edward. First scene, he's doing his little thing. Whack him.
Yeah, bro.
Finger. I was like, what? And it was funny because I was looking at, what's her name?
Alyssa.
She was kind of like, I think it was the first time you kind of looked like, okay, Edward, you done gone too far. Because she was like, I need like your, whatever, what do you say, something,
Your
bonding?
thumbprint.
And she was like,
You gotta
need
cut
my
off
finger?
mine.
Yeah, because I feel like that was her first real moment where she was like, no, you're not getting the finger,
Look, she been troubling me this whole season, and
Troubling.
she just took it to another level with this. Because here's the thing.
Blind loyalty.
Look, here's gonna be my whole theme for these last 2 episodes. You guys need to level up the emotion, because when somebody cuts off their finger, You don't go, oh, do you want me to cut? Girl, like, I must have cussed her so bad when he cut off his finger and she just stood there like, you want me to cut off? That's okay. I can't.
But you know what she
cannot.
did, though? She did widen them eyes.
Okay.
And she
That
definitely
is
looked
not
left
enough.
to right.
Shauna, let me tell you something.
That's what you do when you cross the street. Not when somebody cutting their finger off.
Now,
It's just...
I'm gonna tell y'all something now. There is a reason why certain people get beat up because they can't read people's emotions.
Right.
There is no way that you're chopping off your finger in front of me and I'm standing there.
And then
I'm
even
out.
And then even Edward was a little bit too cool with it. He was just like, shh, listen, I'm doing this for the good. Okay, so are you not feeling it or?
You remember how mad I was in the first episode where I was like, there's no black people in here? I understand now. Because ain't no black person on the face of the planet. Go stand in there, see you cut off your finger and be like, do you want me to cut off my tail?
I wrote, she is in deep caca. I wrote that down. Seriously.
Yeah, so like you said, we start off with that. So I was already like, oh, Lord. Because I was thinking like, oh, no. I would have been like, okay, you know what? You cutting off your finger. I'm going to go down
I'ma
the
cut
road.
out.
Yeah, I'm jumping.
cut out.
I'm
The
jumping.
order is not for me.
No. Right there.
Let me help you. Where's the powder? Where's the powder?
So I think that's kind of where we start to, well, I don't know, because she had kind of the, what do you call it? Just where she didn't doubt Edward. You know, she was
Yeah, she
all
just
in.
trusted him.
Blind
But up
loyalty.
until then,
Yeah.
right, the blind loyalty, that's what I was looking for. But then at that point, you know, maybe the wheels started turning like, you know what? He doing a little too much for me
But
right
Vera
now.
told her that.
From
She said,
jump.
yeah, she was like,
Vera was
he
the
just
real
gonna
one.
use you, bruh. No, she's like, dog.
Right.
But how
he
many
loves
times in your life have you sat there and thought somebody was sincere?
Never.
Not like that. No, never.
People start
God, never
losing
know.
digits.
Well, what I will say is there are some people who have like really trusted someone who is in a position of power, who's supposed to be the most.
Oh, so now we to the Me Too movement. That's what we doing.
Uh-oh.
That's what we doing.
What we're not gonna do is all have the same opinion up in here. So what I'm gonna do is say,
Well done.
someone feels that her pain. Someone
Right.
feels like
Okay.
this is my superior. I am a what is it? Because I dang sure was very wrong.
Subordinate. Oh, yeah.
No,
The Magus.
never mind. No.
He's the, like,
Acolyte.
she is like,
She's a megalite or
Mega-
something
yeah.
like that. And he's an acolyte.
A medical.
No, he's
Medico.
yes.
Medicum.
I'm not even gonna try to say
a
it because I'm
mega light.
You
I
know
like
what?
that. Hashtag
I want
mega
to
light.
stop this. I'm going to stop this. I'm not going to call anyone else by names.
Right?
No more.
We made up our own show. That's gonna be the black
did.
version. We got
I'm
mega
telling
lights. We got McNickens.
Stop it right
got-
now.
This show is out of order.
I would like everyone to know nobody on this panel besides myself drinks. This is all natural.
Oh,
this is
my
all
gosh.
natural.
Lord have mercy.
I mean, maybe the point of the show, like the fact that it is the way it is, I mean, at least it allows us to really come up with some, I mean, because you have to have an opinion the way
Yes, you have to.
see it. You can't just be like, oh, no, it was cool. Like, you
Right.
know, what were you going to be like, oh my God, most of the time, did you see this? And this is the result, people.
I feel
Right.
bad for my neighbors though, because the whole time I was watching, I was like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?"
And then you talk about how we don't drink, and I'm telling them how, because right after this they switched over to the werewolves, and they're drinking these martinis. But I said that is water. That is. Okay, does anyone else agree with me that's in this chat? That was water, right? And then there's a time where Jack drank up all his martini,
Killing
got,
it.
got the
No
olive
headache.
to the side, to the left, everything, and then we get back to him, and he's still drinking some more martini. I said, wait a minute.
That will
It's in-
explain his reaction throughout the rest of the,
I'm dead.
Okay.
you know, because
no.
Grandpa's died. No.
But you know what? Grandpa was giving us trouble. He was acting up.
He was.
I mean, he rolled up like he had some power. He just gonna roll up on Edward like, yeah, bro, I got a shotgun. You
Okay,
know, a
wait, we
single.
skipping to the
Okay, we're skipping too far.
Yeah.
But let me tell
We'll be
you.
there soon enough.
Let me just say, I did enjoy Randall's performance.
I did. Randall
He
is
performed. He did a lot. He did what I liked for with the shirt off. You know, that's what I go for. And so yeah, that's how I feel werewolves should be: shirtless, all that, looking like Randall. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
Oh, I was on a totally another page. I thought it was funny. I didn't.
Jackie said we have kids watching.
We do not. We better not have no kids watching this.
Oh, so yeah, like you said, we get to the werewolves. They're kind of doing their thing. What's her name? Lilith goes in there, and she's like, "I'm gonna go in and no. I'm sorry. First of all,
He showed his grandpa his powers. That's
Yeah.
the part that got me. Listen,
That
Jack is
actually
the
was-
biggest mouth in the world.
I'm telling you.
He like, you know what, grandpa? And then he
Right.
just shows him his powers. It's just like, be quiet.
But Lilith said that. She said, she said, you are the worst secret keeper. You ended up in 2 secret societies.
And can't keep a secret of none of them.
No, he telling everybody.
Double agent. You know, he's like, I'm gonna be in the double agent, Pop. And Pop's like, what?
She did have the best one-liner of the whole thing to me when she was talking to Jack, and she was like, Jack is like, Edward's my father, and Lilith was like, he's not your father. He smashed and dashed your mama. Okay, and I was like, oh.
She said something like he just dropped his seed. Now she's keeping it for real.
She kept it real with
Okay,
him.
Lilith hash mark. This is why I like you.
Yes,
Negro
indeed.
in her.
Well,
Smash and dash.
well, and like I said, she ends up actually going into the order, and you know, she gets her memory back.
Yes.
You know, and all this stuff, and is
It's a part of the big plan.
going through some things. And so, yeah, actually, talk about Lilith going in there, because I kind of liked her.
Her character.
I mean, we just really see her kind of be exerted, because she was always in the background
Right.
for a lot of it. And then this one, she was kind of like, hey, I'm taking control. I'm going in here. She had her little gangster moment where she was tied up, like, y'all can't handle me. Like, all this. I was like, oh,
We definitely gonna get to that. I know at first she was hella mad because she had a relationship with Alyssa. She's like, you mean to tell me we told each other all our secrets? We
Yeah.
braided each other's hair.
They were like
Right.
sisters.
Right.
She's not feeling that. She's too hardcore for that type of thing right now. So she's just like, now that took her back to the cotton candy unicorn time.
And can we talk about when she was going through the interrogation with the order with the new
the new lady. I don't know
from
who
the
she is.
different group that
Yeah.
Kepler.
She's
she
on the
was just
council.
like scared of Edward
Right.
because you know, and he was like, what did he say? He said something like, I'm gonna annihilate or fizzle out the group.
Not literally. Yeah.
She was like,
Like, lady, you don't sit down somewhere and talk about, I'm gonna dissolve everything.
she was like, dissolve,
Right.
or just dissolve.
I could tell Edward was probably like, this one right here.
He's
Oh,
like,
wait,
But
then,
she's a
and
yes
then
ma'am, so.
he popped himself up when she was like, oh, thank God. And he goes, you're welcome.
man, now y'all know.
She was probably
But
the
he
one.
was changing at that point. The evil of the book was starting
Was
to
he
really
changing? Because
hunger.
here's what I think the book did. I think
There's
the
a
book
hunger
just
brought it
Oh,
out
Are
of
we
him.
singing now?
Sorry.
Is that what we did? Okay. I think the book just brought out more of who he
He
really
already was.
is.
Yeah,
You know
just
what I
like
mean?
money.
Ooh.
And alcohol. All that. Oh, I was drunk.
No, that's the real you.
liquid you.
Yeah.
Liquid you.
I agree.
Dean Joyner says I love
Can't
Kill
disagree.
It. We do too.
We
do
love
too.
Kill It. I feel like she was the one who carried these episodes on her back. I heard that
Randall
she got
was
back
cool, too,
problems
though.
now from doing so.
Randall was cool.
Yeah, Randall was cool. I really
he
like
was good.
Randall.
He was good. He was acting.
Okay, so can we talk about this thin plot about the book will find itself?
Let's talk about it. You start.
Yeah.
Okay, so dude does the thing with the fingerprint, and you know Alyssa's cool with the man chopping off his finger, and that still bothers me, y'all. I'm sorry, but so then he's like, yeah, we've got to get the book, and that's the other thing that really bothered me is like, okay, it's like Batman when that dude was Batman, and instead of talking normal, you always talk like this, like this man, just talk normal. You know?
Say what you got to say.
Oh my god!
His throat is sore. He's been alive a long
You
time.
need some water or something? Like,
So he's like, we've got to find, the book will find itself. Be on the lookout. Be on the look. And she's like, I don't know what I'm looking for. You'll know it when you see it.
No,
And then,
I won't.
And then Jack comes in, and then the book, as if it's in like Fantasia, that Disney movie where the book starts
Right.
flying towards the door, and then like a little piece of the
Book comes out and stings him. A
Right.
piece
So
of the book comes through the door and stings him,
right.
resulting in
a book. It couldn't even be a paper cut. Had to be a sting. Come on, y'all.
And then, like you said, kind of going off with the, what I always call it, the anti-make-em. What is it?
the Vady make 'em.
We are terrible.
The Vady.
I'm telling you, we just made up our own show.
Y'all
We're like,
crazy.
anti-make-em. Anti-make-em.
The book.
Auntie.
So,
And he make
Sorry,
them
y'all.
cookies.
so
For anyone who is serious about the order right now, I'm going to apologize on my behalf.
How are you serious?
she said just on hers, though. I can't be worried
Because
about the
I
rest
can't
of the
apologize for all of them because I
I
can't
don't
do
think
that.
anybody is serious about the
Somebody is.
And he making the cookies. And he making the
Well,
cookies.
anyway, like when it got with Jack and he gets in his whole situation, gets super sick, starts
Yeah.
dying, here's what got me mad. So he goes into the netherworld, right?
Right.
Sees
I like,
sees
I like
the
how
homie.
cavalier you just said that he's super sick and just started dying.
He's just like all of a sudden, he's like, they get him on the couch and they're like, oh yeah. So he sees his boy, his room. Oh no,
The dude
Yeah,
that was in
Amir.
the tree.
Amir.
Amir, yeah.
Amir.
So I'm like, dang, Amir showed up again. I'm like, what is going on?
Which is good. I liked Amir.
Yeah.
He was, and he was like, like he was even a little coy, like, I just had to get my last beer, and then your roommate murdered me. You know, I was like, you don't sit down.
He remembered getting murdered and everything.
Well, here's the thing. With that whole situation, and then all of a sudden, he sees all the other people who died. But then, all of a sudden, Jack just says, I don't want to be here anymore. And then he's
and then he's not there.
And I'm like, wait, the other people wanted to be
And,
like,
and they can't do it.
How did he have the revelation, or he didn't
remember,
tell anybody?
Amir gave
you
him
guys,
the clue.
You know, we don't have to be here. You know?
Right.
That's
and
selfish.
then what got me was 1 minute it's like we're in the afterlife, and then the next minute it's like I'm seeing Alyssa's memories.
Yeah, how did that
And then I'm
transformation
seeing-
happen?
I was confused.
So, again,
thoroughly.
I'm gonna tell you that's part of my out of order, so I'm gonna save it. But the whole premise is when you die, you end up, instead of going to a heaven or a hell, you end up in a collective conscious. So,
I remember he said that.
So he said that. So when when you're dead, if all of a sudden you think, oh, I miss Alyssa, then a memory that you will have of her will pop up, right? But so he figures out that they're in a collective conscious because that's not his memory, right? So, but my thing is he's barely gone to class. So where did he figure out this whole collective conscious thing from? That's number one.
He's only been to ethics class.
Right. But he's always been
right.
But he's always been really smart in his class, though. So maybe that's something natural that comes to him. But at the end of the day,
But so then he goes and follows Alyssa. Remember when she went into the dead dude's dream, right? And figures, I got that. I was like, okay, that makes a little bit of sense.
Oh, when she was getting the book out of the room of bones.
Right.
Okay.
so you can see some things.
And so, but then that's when he's like, okay, I don't want to be here. So just note to self, if you dying, just say, I don't want to die. I don't want to be here.
I'm good.
And then walk in. You're going to be good.
I feel like the writers were listening to you, Jackie, because they did bring the black girl back.
Yes,
Yes.
they did.
In that, and they'll be like, you know what? Let's appease them and just give her a
Yep,
short
I
The whole
told you.
time they
I
were
told you,
arguing.
I'm okay
I don't want
now.
to be in the afterlife arguing. No, tell me something. But I'm beautiful.
Because
I
you know,
want to
in
hear
my
all
afterlife, Idris Elba is walking around half naked all the time. I'm not
Right.
sitting in no college bar staring at the same people. I didn't like y'all when I was
What
here.
about
Okay,
McKinley?
Michael B. Jordan is in
No.
mine.
I know.
Okay.
he ends up coming back in like a resurrection like fashion.
Right.
These two.
Watch
So
them.
yeah, he just wakes up like, and they like are like, Jack, you're back, and he was like, yeah, like I'm here. Let's go do some work,
After they
And-
pulled
But
Silverback
wait,
we
out
gotta,
of him.
yeah,
But
we
yeah,
gotta
but
pull
the
some-
grandfather came though. It's like he just showed up and then he was hugging him and saying, "Oh my God," and all that kind of stuff to him. Was that? Am I
That's
right?
yeah, and then
Yeah.
they pull
And then they
Silverback
pull
out the
Silverback.
back.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. That.
You know what?
Let's talk about
Should
that.
I save this for out of order? You
Look,
guys,
there's a lot.
you mean to tell me that it was a little sliver of a cut and they used their fingernails? They used their 2 fingernails to pull Silverback out of this little cut, and he's screaming more than he screamed when a grandfather died on this
Right.
part.
Hey,
Facts.
But then when they get Silverback out, it's just like a little fur.
It's a magic
And then,
carpet
and then right, it's
Yeah,
like and then
with
they
the
have to,
face
like,
on it.
and then you
with
know
some
what?
writing on it.
Somebody
right?
was playing
So
tricks on us on
again,
that part.
this is part of my problem with this show. Like it's there's sparks of good ideas that fail, right? So
They
because
just
when
didn't hash them out.
Yeah,
Someone was like, you know what? Let's have them pull them out.
And
How we
then
gonna
us-
do that? Let's just cut them a
Beer
little bit.
bong, like I feel like that's why there was the alcohol theme. I feel like the writers were like, "Hey, this is a good idea." Shots, you know what I mean? Like, but so when they had the writing on Silverback's back, that actually kind of made sense because
Yeah.
Sawyer or whatever the old dude was,
Joyner.
we learned that the werewolves are the ones that trapped him in the book or whatever. So it kind of made sense, but they didn't expound on it enough. And meanwhile, you're pulling this
Hide.
right
Out of-
that's like just jiggling because it's trying to find the book.
Right.
And then it's growling when they put it up on the wall.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Oh, she's calming it down.
And then even the way it did when it finally found the book, the way that it kind of just like wrapped around
Yeah,
it like a
I'm
little
gonna be the cover.
right, like a little fur or something. I don't know what it was, and maybe I'm just being a hater, and I'm willing to admit sometimes that I do be hating. I did not like that they was able to pull Silverback out with their fingernails, the tips of their fingers. That was
Yeah,
it
because
seemed
it's supposed to be a powerful
Yes,
werewolf.
exactly.
Yeah.
And the
And
way
it
that
had no
he-
resistance.
Yeah.
the way that it attacked Jack at first and just kind of just took him over without his permission, and now it's like, oh, you can just go like this and just take it out.
No.
If that was the case,
And why
Jack
wasn't
would've
there more blood
stabbed
on
him.
it?
Yeah, because it wasn't inside of him.
questions. Just so many questions. Like,
Anyway,
Questions that need answers. Questions
You know
that
what? They
is
probably
asking.
had a smaller budget, Jackie, so they
Shut up.
couldn't afford all the blood that we see on Fox and all these other networks.
Look, I got ketchup in the fridge.
and tater tots.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
That's for all you passive.
good callback
Oh,
right
Lord.
there. Good shot.
Across the table.
Yes.
All right, so Dean Joyner says pulling Silverback out was one of the most disturbing things I've seen in a while.
I'm telling you.
Very disturbing.
It did not
Especially
make
just
me-
just a dry fur coming out like it was off the rack.
I'm saying,
No,
bro.
no,
Because it
nothing.
had such potential, right? Because me being like a sci-fi fan, I'm thinking aliens, you know, when the alien pops out of the chest, I'm like, ooh, this gonna be something. And then here comes your mama's rug.
Wow.
I was so
They-
loaded
you know
right
what?
there.
But I see where they were going with it. They were
Right.
saying he had to unstrap so he could strap on a new one. A new.
Those are terms we use.
You see how we stand.
the gavel? Starting our order right now.
You know what? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't worry about
Yeah,
that.
they
Right.
do.
Unstrap.
They do.
So do
And
all the
strap
little
on.
kids out there, you know. So.
There are no kids.
Oh. So progressing on, we see actually Alyssa start really getting in with the werewolves in there. She's
Right.
like, all right, I'm coming to your guys' side. I'm gonna start helping you guys out. You know, she kind of sees some things that are still like, she's not really kind of totally in there, but, you know, she starts working with them. They go and eventually, like I said, now I'm like skipping forward because I want to get to the part where she ends up going, they hatch the plan where she's gonna, she goes there with Lilith. You know, they battle lady from the whatever council that was.
Right. Very.
Right. We see Lilith jump on the lady. What's her name? Alyssa gets the book, makes a run for it. Of course, Edward's like, eh. Survey says no.
Right.
The group shows up. You know, it's about like a big
Completely
showdown about to
powerless.
go down. You like what? You know, and Edward's
Uh-huh.
sitting right there. Probably could like send a lightning bolt and just take out everyone. Here comes Pops.
This
And he's a
scene,
jack,
I was
like,
like,
Here comes
No, like what? And he's like, I got you there. You know, I
Here
was
comes
like,
Pops with the shotty.
right.
Oh
He takes it. Edward does a little matrix. You know, stops the bullet, sends it back. I mean, did he like explode?
He
like,
literally obliterated
Cause-
into bloody thin air.
this is where the director says, cut, need more emotion, need more emotion.
I'm saying, bro.
But I did like the way that he was eliminated. Like they did give us blood and gore on that part.
Yeah, but where
you
was
know?
the showdown? You have like what 4 or 5 werewolves pop up. I'm ready to see some things.
I'm with you on that because I was thinking like, oh, maybe Alyssa could do a little magic werewolves turn, like jumping
Yeah.
Edward's doing, you know, like oh, we got some
Yeah.
stuff.
Like at least put up a fight.
Right.
You know
It
what I'm
was
saying?
like a 1 minute,
Don't
like-
just all of a sudden
You know
ain't
what
been giving
happened,
him
y'all?
no
They
love.
used all the fight up in that Randall scene where he fought about 30 different.
Oh,
Yeah, but then what
Over and
about
over
Hamish?
again.
What about Hamish at the end when he went outside with Vera and fought off the order when they attacked
Yeah.
the house? Like, where is the action?
dang.
Where I mean, it's a
behind
sci-
the scenes.
but it's a sci-fi show. I mean, did y'all not have the money to show the actual action? Like, we saw a girl bite a man's face. We saw a golem. What did he do? He like threw somebody or something.
Yep.
I mean, it's been like 4 people we've seen. This whole we didn't even see Amir get killed. He's just hanging in a tree. So now we're like, okay, the big showdown. At least in Twilight, people. At the end, we got a showdown on top of the mountain.
This is
Yeah.
true.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm not
We were
gonna say what it
looking for
is.
it.
Man, we were looking to get to the top of the mountain.
Especially on that part. Especially, with the guns blazing. It's
Right.
like Pops against the
No,
world
right.
with
That was a
Jack,
little
with
toy
Alyssa,
gun.
with
Right.
the... I mean, it was,
Okay,
but he
but
tried.
still, Dean again says Pops blew up like a balloon.
Keep it real, D.
He did.
To the-
Fact. But here, again, that scene was where I was like, I don't even know if I want to do this next one because
You got to keep it going, Jackie.
okay.
to.
So here's the problem I have with that. For one, you're right, Alyssa. You got some. You the one that figured out the whole dumb thing with the cutting of the end, whatever you did,
Yeah.
right? So you got some power. You over here giving people whatever. You got power of some sort. So why do you grasp onto the dude you barely liked this whole show, and now you're like, oh my God, damsel in distress. Nobody's fighting, and then when
It's
Pops
her first
blows
time
up,
realizing that her mentor is hellish.
okay, so when your
She's
first
shook.
time, don't nobody get that shook when somebody blows up next to you. Nobody is that shook. You shake while you at
Right.
least be
Shake while
out.
you shake.
At least
like
be
wiping
out.
the blood off your
You're like,
face.
oh my God, did you see that? Oh my God.
And then, are
I'ma
you
go
not
get
aware?
help.
Like, are you not aware that he just told you to kill Vera? Like, he's not a good guy,
No.
okay? Get off of it, get over it, and get to using your magic, okay?
Right. There we go.
Like, what? I don't
So
know.
yeah, that's
So that's how that episode.
So yeah, episode kind of goes down with Pops going down at the end. So that was, you know, kind of episode 9, which leads us into episode 10. But before we get to that, we want to let you guys know about something.
All right, guys, you know what it is. Before we get on to the final, our final 2, you know, final 1 and final 2. Before we talk about final 2, we just want to say thank you guys so much for making us the ESPN of TV talk. Thanks for hanging out with us through this whole order and laughing with us and telling us you love us in the chat, because we definitely, we love you guys. So if you're, while you're there in the chat, one of you right now, go ahead and go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're listening to us on iTunes, thank you so much. Make sure you give us 5 stars, and no matter where you are, leave a comment so you can get involved in the conversation, because being a part of AfterBuzz really does mean so much to us. We love to laugh together, if you guys don't know that. So it really does mean so much to us, and we thank you guys so much for your support. So make sure you tell a friend, or tell an enemy, or tell somebody as you run away from them.
Don't even tell your enemies. Please don't.
But I mean, and if somebody blows up next to you, tell them as you're running away. That's all I'm saying. But thank you guys so much. And don't forget, check out all your favorite shows right here on AfterBuzz, because we are going to be there with you. You'll find us.
Yes, sir.
Somewhere.
So moving into episode 10, Jack, we open it up. Jack's kind of on his little remorseful tour. You know, he's upset about Pops. And this is funny. Like, Alyssa, I kind of thought it was interesting, even in that beginning scene where, like he said, for so long, it seemed like she was like, pushing him away or all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, it's like, no, like, I love you. Like, you know, or like, I don't know if she said I love you, but all of a sudden, and I think he was even like, wait,
Really?
what? Like,
Right.
what's going, you know? And the funny part was when he got mad and he was just like, why do you keep doing? He like bent up the steering wheel. I would have been like, that would have been another reason. If I was a girl, I would have been like, you know what?
Red flag.
Yeah, let's deal with those anger issues right here. I don't need
You
to
know
be
what was
here
another
being
red
like,
flag? He kept saying, like, you're talking about my girlfriend, and that's my ex. And I'm like, did I miss when y'all got together? You have to ask me if you want to be my man.
right.
You can't just assume now.
You ain't brought no flowers. You ain't
Yeah.
taking me to nobody's dinner. How? What?
I mean,
Right.
even when you was making all that fake money, you didn't even spend
Right.
that fake money on me. So
He's
you are not my
clearly
man.
from
You are
LA.
someone who I am.
I did it, Shay. He
Jackadocious.
clearly from
Well,
LA. Like, I'm just going to stand real close to her.
Wow.
She my girl now.
Right. That's exactly how he was acting, and I was very confused. Red flag.
So Jack ends up going on the revenge tour. You know, he's like, no, we about to get Edward back. We find out he needs to kill his firstborn son. And actually, that's when everybody finds out. You know, he's
Dun,
like,
dun, dun.
oh,
That
we don't
was
have
garbage.
to. We don't have to do nothing. And everyone, they all look at him like, what
They
you
was like,
talking
nothing.
about? You
That
know-
was the smartest thing he said in those 2 episodes, because the clock was going to run out. So if
Right.
he doesn't perform the ritual in 3 days, if we just sit on our butts, this game is over.
No, but not really, because then the meantime he's going to be sacrificing the little boy Maddox,
which he didn't
And
care about. Obviously, he was like, I don't
look,
care about him. I was like,
Right.
"Dirt,
Did
Jack."
y'all not see my pops just blow up?
Right.
This kid on his own.
Right.
and that's what Jack was saying. But
Yeah.
you know, he really didn't feel like that. He's a very compassionate and nice young man.
Who is?
Jack.
I mean, technically,
is.
if you're going to be the hero of the story, you have to care about the kid.
Right.
You know, the kid that got all the love from
And
the
you
man
know what?
that doesn't
He
even
didn't.
know you're alive.
But Alyssa reminded him that that's her. That's your little brother. Okay.
No,
You
he's
need to be-
not.
No,
Right.
He denied him real quick.
Right,
It was like a
like-
Maury Povich show.
You are not the brother.
He's like,
Wow.
no.
So Jack goes on. They get their plan together on how they're going to, you know, I guess infiltrate that, trick Edward, and you know, go in and do all this stuff. So we find out, or not, I should say, you know, fast forward. They go on. Edward goes like, "Get my son to me." You know, go get, tells the council lady, "Go get him." Werewolves infiltrate the house, tear up everybody, just come
Listen,
into a bloodbath.
they
you
told-
know?
Again, a battle that we did not
see.
Yes.
That's what I was saying when we were talking about like spending money on the blood. I was like, well, they obviously spent it on a scene we did not even
Yeah,
get
a
to.
whole bunch of steel
It was
dummies.
post, yeah, just blood smeared everywhere. You
I
like,
know where
oh,
they getting
man.
them dummies from. I've been up there in Burbank.
So eventually we get.
They got Vera making the potion.
Yes, Vera kind of comes in again. She starts working with the werewolf side, like kind of. She's like, I don't know if I still trust you guys, but I'm gonna help you guys because Edward done made me mad now, and I'm gonna go after him. So she and in the process does a little bit of magic, herself healing folks. Where she's like, "Look, I could do that.
Right.
Get your
No
hand, boom, let's go." I was
She
like,
we ain't tripping because you led me to your library and I'm gonna get some later.
Right.
I
right.
did like when she discovered Jack was a werewolf because she was like, because if you were son of a,
Right.
like it just hits her like out of nowhere. I was like, oh, finally.
Oh man. And so she helps him out with the plan. Jack ends up getting dude who's the turns
golem,
into the golem.
Clay.
Clay comes back in the picture.
Wasn't one of y'all choosing on Clay?
Listen, Clay, I think that was probably me. Clay came back in the picture
sure.
asking questions like the way he left.
Right.
Asking life questions like, do you think that the universe is...
Right.
You're
Right.
here to do something.
No,
We ain't got no time to talk.
You
You
got a
are
job.
a hanger. That's what we say in fashion. You're a hanger.
man.
Hang there.
That's it.
So he gets in there, as part of the plan. Edward goes in, thinks he's got Jack. It's not Jack. It's the
Okay,
golem.
we have to pause right
Boom.
there because that
Jackie
pissed me
takes
off
it.
so bad. I was like, I almost broke my TV. I just got this TV.
Man.
So, I'm your son. No, really? The stupid Batman voice. And then
Yeah.
he says to Alyssa, like, tell him the truth. You got all this damn power, and instead of doing this Spock thing on the boy who knows if he's your son, you gonna do it to the girl. If y'all don't go play on the highway,
Right.
I was
Listen,
so...
but I had a good time watching him stab and stab again and stab a couple more times. He said, I killed you.
Right.
And it didn't work.
It didn't work.
I enjoyed
And
seeing
then
him.
the parting words, though, as Edward's like disintegrating or whatever, and he was like, "What?
you in
Yeah. No.
Will you though?
You don't go down there, probably."
Listen.
You ain't gonna see me. You're not even gonna look at me because you wasn't even smart enough to touch me to see if I was really your son.
Listen,
See?
I have made repentance with my Lord. I ain't going to hell, so I ain't gonna see you there. But you have a good time where you're at.
But if he finds out if he goes the way that Jack does, he'll just be like, "Well, I don't want to
I
be
won't
here."
be here.
He gonna come. Hence, season 2. No.
Oh,
Dean Joyner said Vera is the only one who showed emotion. Facts.
I told at the beginning
She was
of the
pissed.
at the beginning of the series, I liked Vera. I
Yeah.
still like her.
I
She
do
cool.
too. She cool. She cool.
So then,
not after the ending. I ain't really messing with that.
sorry.
All right, so get to the ending.
So we get through all that, and then we get to this ending that we can talk about real quick. So Jack's in the cemetery talking to his parents. Alyssa comes up. You think it's a tender moment. Next thing you know,
I
boom!
love you.
The mystical dust in the eye, forgets everything. Didn't even know who he was. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
you know what? They
again,
gave
but
him the
that
double
line, What's your name? What's my name?
That's what I
It's like,
said.
dude, where's my car?
I know. Like,
dose. Yeah, that
It was
was.
so foul. I just feel like all this time, first of all, you guys have been fighting for something towards this end and trying to be together all this time. And this is what you do, number one. Number two, you didn't blow it on him the first time when he didn't even have that much knowledge. Like, now he know everything and you decide to blow it on him now. He needs some of that knowledge. He been going to college for this semester, okay?
Needs
He
that knowledge.
his-
Been going to college.
and then he's
dropping
right.
bars.
Okay, pretty much I'm a rapper. But I will say this, he is supposed to be in the Knights. Now they don't even know the Knights exist anymore. Like,
That's what I'm
they
saying.
don't-
So what's gonna happen? He gonna be walking along, do to do. He gonna get a ring and then bam, like he's not even gonna understand that there's a werewolf. Yeah, this
He's going to
doing
have to
too
learn
much.
himself all over again.
I don't know where they
I
go
don't
in season
know.
2 with all that, the way it ended. I'm just like,
Maybe
You
they'll
know what?
find
The
a
new
way to
panel,
bring the
let me know
memory
how
back.
that goes.
well, you remember they did find a way to bring the memory back with Killeth. So maybe
Yeah.
they'll do that, in season 2.
maybe.
We
But-
have Linda W says, I hope there is a season 2.
There is a season 2, Linda.
It has
and
been renewed.
They did
We
announce
are-
it, so.
We are
Oh.
so
Yeah.
happy for you, Linda.
Yes, congratulations.
So you can let us know
The
how it all
overall
goes.
message, the overall message of this show is work together to defeat evil. So that's why I can understand why Linda wants a season 2.
But they're all separate at the end.
Yeah.
They're going to come back together.
When Marvel comes together, you ever notice at the end they're all eating dinner together
yeah.
or something, or they at Tony Stark's crib? But this show, they're all supposed to be together to fight evil, but then they're still separate. And then
We have to figure it out.
Go ahead, today.
Gabby.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
Gabby. Dark
Yeah,
Gabby.
she's another story, but we'll have to
to
see
that
how.
next
Yeah,
season.
we'll have to get to
Yeah.
that next season because, like you said,
Special
guys, let
segments.
us know what you guys thought in terms of the ending. I don't. For me, it kind of left a little something to be desired. So.
Yeah.
Especially with my man kissing Lilith.
Dang.
Nobody said he could do that. I didn't give any permission.
I like that.
That'll go.
You did.
Maybe
I
we'll-
I didn't like
That
it.
was
I felt
cute.
like it was random. I felt like they had not been really flirting
No
before.
chemistry.
I mean, I didn't feel anything before that. So it's like, who told you that You can do that.
Maybe they'll dive
Are we
into
gonna
that. a
Get
little
to
more.
our.
Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to do is get to our special segment of
Okay.
Out of Order.
Oh,
That's right. That's right. So let's start with Miss Jackie on the Out of Order because I know
All
she's
right.
not gonna pass this one on. She's like, I got some stuff to say.
Look here, guys. I'm sorry, writers. Y'all are out of order. Because this could have been better. It really could have been. You guys had these nuggets of goodness and you failed. And what you got me thinking is that I could write. And so, yeah, do better.
Okay. Well, that's that. You're gonna go next.
My out of order, I have a couple. One is this S-Class that Vera was riding in, but they couldn't afford to show us some real fight scenes. So I want to point that out. And she's in a brand new S-Class. I'm talking about base price is like $105.
Dang,
Okay.
she's like,
Price
Okay,
this
she's like, who is
hard.
on the budget of the show?
Yeah,
like, who
so
can get her a car?
I got a
But we
little
can-
problem with that. And then my other out of order, I want to go back to Tanir and I when we were. My out of order is when Jack and Alyssa did not get the thing on.
Get the what on?
The loving. They didn't get it in.
They went
I'm
to
still
the
mad about that.
hotel and they're talking now. I went to college. Lord knows I went to college. There is no way that you are alone with the girl and you don't find out. Okay.
Jack is focused on other things right now.
Right, yes.
He
Alright.
is, I've never been that focused. Okay.
My outer order, I'm gonna keep it very short and sweet, was Kepler this time. I just do not like a yes ma'am. Yes man or a yes ma'am. She was willing to say yes to anything for him, even if he was going to disintegrate her. And I feel like people like that, the two opposing two, because like Dark Gabby was out of order too. Out of order with that darn Thanos hand.
Yes.
You know, you're getting out of control. But Kepler was worse because she was just like a little puppy. Like, get a life. Stop being a follower. You're a sheep. I know I called you a puppy and a sheep, but you're animal. Either way.
All right.
All right.
My out of order is just like being the Alyssa and Jack scene at the end in the cemetery blows so much dust on. He doesn't know who he is, why he's in the cemetery, which is that would have been a lot of questions for me if I was just like, why am I here? Why are you here? You know, but he's just like, who am I? I was just like, wait, what?
Right.
Like this whole clack clack. You know.
I do
out of
predict
order.
though, if I can do one prediction.
Oh yeah, let's get into
I do
Let's get
predict
into
that it's-
predictions right away.
Can
you
we
know?
do predictions?
Let's do it. Let's
I
do
do
it.
predict that it's going to be a much better season next season because I think that because I'm not kidding because like I watch Supernatural a lot, right? So that's 14 seasons. They turn writers in and out, they turn directors in and out because you can't keep that kind of drama going on for 14 seasons. So I think that's going to have a whole new writing staff next season.
Yes.
Some directors that know special
I mean, you probably
effects.
got some fired already.
So I do think it's going to be writers who can finish. They had some great nuggets in here. They just
Yeah.
didn't finish it. So I think they're going to have some new writers, some new directors next season. I think it's actually going to be really good next season.
Me too. And I'm looking forward to what's the guy, the big guy, the one who went
Hamish.
outside, Hamish. I'm looking forward to a love story on his end. Yeah. Anybody else? Predictions?
Oh, for me, my prediction was just, I don't know. Actually, I don't know how they're gonna, based on the ending. I don't know where it goes from here. So it'll be interesting to see. So. Yeah, that's kind of it, guys. You know, we're going to wrap it up on that note. But as usual, I loved working with my esteemed panel here. We definitely had fun doing this. So like I said, we enjoyed you guys being in the chat with us every week and giving us your thoughts. So for a final time, at least on this show, let them know where they can follow you and what other shows you're on.
Hey everybody, you can follow me at JRay the Fanatic. I'm here every single Thursday doing Supernatural. Actually, we only have three more shows left on this 14th season.
Well, I am Joshua Wright. You can find me all social media, Cleverly Clad. I'm on Station 19 Thursdays. Our last show is this Thursday. And then I will update you all on my social media of my new shows.
Yes.
And as you know, I'm your girl, Deshauna O.
And I'm your boy, Tanir Williams. That's what I call you. I'm your boy, Tanir Williams. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at TanirW. So, again, we thank you guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. We enjoyed it, and we will look forward to seeing you in the future. All right? Take care. See ya.
Our
Stay in
founder,
order.
Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.